A flight from Calgary to Toronto was cancelled yesterday over a dispute about wearing masks on board. WestJet says a family refused to follow the rules, but as CBC's Halagoname reports, the family has a very different version of events.
Safwan Choudhry and his family, including his 2 young daughters, were ready to go home Tuesday morning after spending a week with family in Calgary. Choudhry says everything was going smoothly until he says WestJet crew members tried to force his 19-month-old daughter to wear a mask. That's despite the fact that children under 2 are exempt from Transport Canada regulations.
It was my 19-month-old who had never worn a mask and certainly found it restrictive for an infant's air passage to wear a mask. But of course, being desperate to get home, we, despite there not being such a policy, opted to comply until she was crying hysterically with the crew watching over us, and until she threw up. And they said, well, you guys need to all get off the plane.
Choudhry says a flight attendant threatened the family with arrest shortly after police showed up and the plane was evacuated. The flight was eventually cancelled.
I can't imagine that we would be the only one that would experience something like this, where you have poorly trained staff who are unaware of policies, who are unaware of what the guidelines are, and most importantly, treat people less than human.
A WestJet spokesperson tells CBC News their staff have a different story, saying their crew members were not requiring the 19-month-old to wear a mask, instead were referring to his 3-year-old daughter. But as seen in this video here, Choudhry says his older daughter did put on a mask and that it was his toddler who was targeted. Choudhry says his family is still in Calgary and desperate for a way home. Halagoname, CBC News, Calgary.